welcome to PharmTech's Regulatory Roundup for July 2026. I'm Susan Haigney, lead editor of PharmTech. This month in pharmaceutical regulations in the United States, the FDA proposed modernizing the regulatory infrastructure that governs how drugs are made and expanded patient access to treatments across oncology, cardiometabolic disease, neurology, and rare genetic disorders. In FDA news, the agency proposed a rule that would let distributed hub-and-spoke manufacturing networks register as a single establishment, while also closing a registration gap for foreign API makers to improve supply chain visibility. According to Henrik Johanning, Senior Vice President Quality and Strategy at Apista, registering a distributed network as a single establishment is the right move operationally, but it consolidates quality accountability rather than reducing it. One establishment holds up if the central quality hub genuinely controls every manufacturing unit, Johanning told PharmTech. And Jason Bach, founder and CEO of CTMC, provided his perspective on the FDA's proposed role in a two-part interview with PharmTech. Visit pharmtech.com to watch the interview. In other U.S. regulation updates, the FDA revised draft product-specific guidance documents for 17 generic peptide products, including semaglutide and tirzepatide, tightening expectations for immunogenicity testing, impurity thresholds, and structural characterization ahead of a September comment deadline. The agency also published guidance regarding the development of psychedelic drugs. The agency approved several medications in July, including treatments for lung and breast cancer, Alzheimer's, and other conditions. FDA also approved Casgevy, the CRISPR-based gene therapy for children as young as 2 with sickle cell disease or transfusion-dependent beta thalassemia, marking the youngest approved age group for gene editing therapy. In Europe, activity by the European Medicines Agency centered on regulatory modernization paired with expanding access to innovative therapies. New phase review pathways, first-in-class oral and implantable medicines, and continued vigilance on drug safety and health equity. EMA and the European Union's Innovation Council Agency deepened their partnership to help SMEs and biopharma innovators engage with regulatory requirements earlier in development, reducing risk and speeding novel therapies towards patients. In her final address to the European Parliament's Health Committee, EMA's executive director highlighted 104 positive medicine recommendations in 2025 and outlined how the EU's incoming pharmaceutical framework will shorten evaluation timelines and strengthen critical medicine supply chains. EMA's Human Medicines Committee recommended 12 new medicines in July, including 3 cholesterol therapies and a rare disease treatment under exceptional circumstances, while rejecting 3 applications and updating COVID-19 vaccines for their new XFG variant. The United Kingdom's Medicine and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency saw record regulatory performance and growing international standing, while reinforcing patient safety, vigilance, and transparency around UK medicines. According to MHRA's 2025-2026 annual report, 921 medicines were approved in that year, and the agency created new frameworks for AI and rare disease regulation, cementing the agency's growing global regulatory influence. In Compendia News, EDQM's classification committee published new evidence-based reviews assessing non-prescription status for paracetamol ibuprofen combinations and naloxone, guiding how EU member states classify these products for supply. EDQM published a revised European Pharmacopoeia General Chapter 5.1.6 that modernizes alternative microbiological methods, clarifying supplier and user responsibilities, and introducing risk-based validation strategies ahead of an April 2027 implementation date. The European Pharmacopoeia, the Japanese Pharmacopoeia, and the U.S. Pharmacopoeia launched their first trilateral prospective harmonization project. The European Pharmacopoeia Commission adopted 93 new and revised texts at its 185th session. It also developed plans for a working party on 3D printed medicines. An EDQM and USP's Joint Stakeholder Forum reaffirmed their long-running prospective harmonization partnership, with forum insights now available in a free on-demand course to help industry track global pharmacopoeial alignment. These updates underscore EDQM's focus on accelerating international standards harmonization while keeping the door open for industry input before new requirements take effect. For more on these and other stories, visit pharmtech.com. Thank you for watching.